Hey guys, Cecil here once again today. As you can tell by the title of this video, I'm going to be looking at Sonic Jam today. Now this is going to be part 2 of my look at Sonic during the 32-bit era. Now if you remember from my previous video, I looked at Sonic 3D Blast, which was a port of the Mega Drive Genesis version to the Saturn. Sonic 3D Blast was a replacement game for Sonic Extreme, which was running into development problems in 1996. So Sonic 3D Blast was the replacement game for Christmas 1996. So Sega at least would have a Sonic game at that time. So kind of going along with that theme with Sonic Extreme, it gets into 1997, and Sonic Extreme continues to run into development problems, and by pretty much the summer, Sonic Extreme gets canceled altogether, disappointing many, Sega and Sonic fans. Sonic Team, in the meanwhile, being the awesome development team that they are, sees the problem Sonic Extreme is having, and they come up with a compilation disc for the Saturn called Sonic Jam, which is this game right here. This disc has Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Sonic and Knuckles with some enhancements that I'll explain later, in the video when I show some gameplay, as well as a cool little Sonic 3D world where it again shows Sonic completely rendered in 3D. This, for the time, was a pretty damn good value. Now, you got to remember, in 1997, while the Genesis was kind of on its, in its twilight, it was still, considered a relatively prominent system. So you couldn't really necessarily walk into, a game store and, get the Sonic, Sonic 1, 2, 3, and Knuckles on the Genesis for relatively inexpensive like you can today. It would probably still be a little bit of money back then. So this was, to have all 4 of those games on one disc, plus with the extras they threw in here, this was a pretty damn good value. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you some gameplay here, and going to get into the details of what actually they did to enhance these Sonic games on the disc here, as well as, the little 3D world, which is probably the coolest thing on this compilation disc. So let's go take a look and see what Sonic Team did with these Sonic games. Okay guys, as you can see here, this is the introduction to Sonic Jam on the Saturn. Now we'll watch the little opening video here, and just to give you an idea of what Sonic Team did with this particular compilation disc. Nothing really fancy, just a pretty basic little opening FMV, with a little bit of Sonic CGI, which was pretty good for mid-1997. So let's get into the compilation disc. There's basically 2 options. You have your game world, which is for where you pick, which version of Sonic you want to play, and the Sonic 3D world. And we're going to start with the game mode, so since I can show you all the little enhancements that they've done on this particular compilation disc. Now, here you go. You got Sonic 1, Sonic and Knuckles, Sonic 3, Sonic 2. So probably the best example to show the enhancements that they made to the Sonic games is Sonic 1. Now, it'll bring up an options menu here, and you can pick extra game, and you can play a special stage or time attack mode, which is pretty cool. And you can also pick on options. You can set the language either English or Japanese. The best, I'm honestly, I don't really remember what timeout does, but the spin dash is kind of actually pretty cool. They actually added a spin dash to Sonic 1, which was not in the original Genesis Mega Drive version. So I'll show you what that looks like real quick. And when you pick on Game Start, there's 3 versions of each game you can play. There's normal mode, easy mode, and original mode. Now, normal mode is basically a slightly enhanced kind of, say, if you even want to call it maybe a director's cut. They added some extra rings, things of that nature, make it a little bit easier to play. Easy mode is basically what you would think it would be. It's basically, less enemies. They actually took out a few levels to make it easier to complete the overall game. I wouldn't recommend this mode unless you are, playing this with your little brother or sister, and they want to, try and get into the game, but it might be too hard for them right off the bat. And original mode is basically just what it is. This is the original, untouched Genesis Mega Drive version of the game. We'll just show you normal mode, and I'll just play the first, Green Hill Zone here real quick. Now, these Sonic ports weren't just emulated ports on the Saturn. Sonic Team actually ported these to the hardware and took good care in porting them. There's really not too much issue with emulation or on the ports. There, you might notice a little bit, you know, certain sound effects might sound a little different from their 16-bit version, but for the most part, it's pretty straightforward. But as you can see right there, Spin Dash in Sonic 1, that was not in this version of the game. So, but we'll just go through the first act here. Otherwise, it's pretty much just, you know, Sonic 1, 2, and 3 on the Saturn. Nothing really whoop-de-doo if you've played these in the past. You know, the little enhancements are kind of cool. The Spin Dash definitely does make Sonic 1 a little bit easier. You know, back in the day, you only had the rolling there. You didn't have the Spin Dash like that. So that definitely can add a new dimension to this version of the game. If you've never, well, I mean, you played it originally on the Genesis, but now you can play it with the Spin Dash, and 50 rings, things of that nature. So that's basically, the enhancements that they did to the Sonic games. You know, it's similar things they did to Sonic 2, 3, and Knuckles. You can, lock on Sonic 1, 2, 3 to Sonic and Knuckles in the game, and play, Sonic 2 with Knuckles and things like that. So we'll go back to the menu here, and I'll show you probably the neatest little part of this whole compilation disc. Well, it might help if I get back to the actual menu. I guess software setting isn't going to do it. There we go. Exit. And we get back to the Sonic Jam menu. Now, Sonic World. Now, like I said, this is basically where you're going to find all the extras to the game. Probably one of the coolest little quote-unquote menu systems you'll ever find. Here you go, Sonic in full 3D, 32-bit form on the Saturn. You can use your L and R button to rotate the camera. Control-wise, it's pretty straightforward. A, B, and C are your jumps. He can't really spin dash in this or anything, so he runs around relatively slowly, but this is basically more or less a tech demo for what Sonic would be in 3D. Now you can click on this little bumper right here, and you go around, and you complete all these tasks. Get a certain amount of rings, within I believe you got to do it within a certain time limit. I forget all the specific, little tasks you can do. It's get a certain number of rings, hit all those little bumpers. I just hit 5 of them in under like a minute. Things like that. And once you complete all the tasks, it just unlocks, the ending credits. Now, you see these little museums right here that I'm kind of running around right now. There's about 4 or 5 of these in the Sonic world, and it's basically, there's your sound test basically right here, music shop, and it just gives you an option to pretty much play all the music from all the Sonic games. And you keep running around, and you'll run into more of these, Sonic movies. They're different, Sonic videos you can take a look at. And I'll play here one just to show you what's all available on this disc. Sonic CD opening, ending. Sonic the animation's kind of cool. It's a little, I don't know if it was just something that Sega put together for to add to a game at some point, but it was kind of like ended on a cliffhanger ending that was never ever finished. If you look online, you can find a video of it, straight of it, and there's different commercials you can show. I believe these are all the Japanese commercials for the games. I don't think these are the American ones. We'll just take a look at Sonic 1, commercial 1. Yeah, these are all the Japanese commercials, as you can see. So yeah, like I said, just different commercials, things like that you can put on, they put on this disc, which is pretty cool to have for the time. And then you can just keep running around the Sonic world here and find other little neat little things like, jump little bumpers. You can run in the water. You can ride Tails if you can find him. You can ride him around here. There's an image gallery for different different art that they've done with the Sonic games, at least on the Genesis over the years. And this is the Hall of Fame. This is kind of a neat little compilation they put together. It shows all the Sonic games up till 1997, what everything was released. It kind of just goes through the all the different versions, when they were released, in what country and what region, things like that. It's kind of cool. If you want to look through it, it'll give you a good idea of, Sonic history up until that point. And that's pretty much, Sonic Jam in a nutshell here. If I can find Tails here, you'll see him flying around. It's kind of, you can hear him, but yeah, it basically just allows you to ride him and things like that. The platforming in this is pretty, straightforward. Nothing really. The controls are pretty responsive, but like I said, you're not going to be seeing Sonic, run nuts all around this. Like I said, this was basically more or less a tech demo. So we'll go ahead and I'll give you my thoughts on this now. So there you guys have it. That's pretty much Sonic Jam. Final thoughts. For the time, this was a pretty neat little compilation. Having all 4 Sonic games in one in 1997 was pretty awesome. You got to admit. Now, versus today, though, there are definitely other and cheaper options to get all the Sonic games, in one fell swoop. You've got, compilation discs like, the Sonic Mega Collection here, and all, PS2, Xbox, GameCube that, has all 4 of these Sonic games and then some. But you're not going to find, the neat little enhancements or the Sonic world and the exclusive extras that this version has. Now, this is probably going to be the most expensive Sonic game you're going to run into, at least if you're going to try and find a used copy. Probably goes for, roughly 30 to 40 bucks for a complete copy. Loose disc is maybe 15 to 20. The Japanese version of this is actually probably a little bit cheaper than the American one. I saw that was looking for about 20 to 25. And if you have a way to play import games on your Saturn, you might consider that as an option as well. If you can find this, for 20 bucks or less, at your local used game store, it's a little uncommon. You're not going to exactly, run into a game store. You might be a little bit tougher to find this version. But for the most part, yeah, I would only really strongly recommend this for the die-hard, Saturn and Sonic fans out there. Otherwise, if you're just more of a casual, player and you want a little bit easier way to just, you don't care about the enhancements to Spin Dash and Sonic 1, the Sonic 3D World, you're probably better off just kind of tracking down, one of these compilation discs or, Sega and, Sonic Collection on the 360, a ton of Genesis games for like 20 or 30 bucks. That's probably the easiest thing to do these days. But, if you're a collector and you want a neat little compilation that's pretty much exclusive to a Sega system and the Saturn, yeah, track this down. But otherwise, just general players, track down any of the multiple compilations that are out on any of the modern discs. The modern systems. So that's pretty much Sonic Jam. In my last part, I'm going to look at probably what is mainly considered the bastard child of the Sonic series on the Saturn, which is Sonic R, which basically stands for Sonic Racing. But until then, I'm not going to get too much into that. You guys have a good one. I will hopefully have the next video up probably in the next week or so. So you guys take it easy, and I'll see you next time.